Anyways, yes, that is the main base there. That is not the natural expansion, as I was looking at the mini-map and thinking that it was. So it looks like that's just going to be the third base over there at the southwest position for EffOrt. So not double expanding like I thought, and much more standard like I thought. I thought he was going for huge economy in the beginning, and that Leta is going to be in trouble because he wasn't going to be able to tech up in time, although EffOrt has chosen to go up for some quick tech, and he has got lurkers out in the field and already containing Leta at his natural expansion. He's using his Mutalisks as well to take down some of these turrets and try to stop Marines from being produced to those barracks. But yeah, it looks like about 6 lurkers hanging out just outside of the natural expansion for Leta, and I don't know if he's seen that, and that's going to be really critical. They might be stopped lurkers, 5 lurkers, a couple more lurkers out in the field, setting up position on some of the ramps just outside of Leta's base. And yeah, I don't think he knows about, he definitely doesn't know about these lurkers that are, you know, right outside of his front door. Oh, there, he does see them, so, and he's also got a science vessel, so he's not going to be running into the position where he's just going to walk over top of those lurkers and get completely wiped out. So the first science vessel was out, so Leta has been keeping up with his tech pretty well. Also, now that he's seen the lurkers, he is researching some siege mode for his tanks once he builds that. But if he wants to build a tank army to deal with a lot of lurkers, he's going to need probably another base, another gas. Leta being able to find a couple of lurkers a little bit out of position on that ramp and trying to take one down, but not doing too much damage to it. And now Leta really wants to get out of his base. He has his science vessels. They should be able to deal with those Mutalisks. Oh no, losing a lot of Marines to those lurkers, not doing very much damage at all. There comes that first irradiate, but I think it hit a Scourge. So Leta, you know, that was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, he lost a lot of unnecessary Marines right there to those lurkers, and only killed, I think, one of them. Yeah, I guess he did kill the second one. So 2 lurkers, but lost almost an entire control group of Medica Marines, and then irradiating the wrong unit. So not doing huge damage to those Mutalisks like he ought to. And EffOrt, now that he realizes that his Mutalisks are going to live for a while and have enough health, he is switching up to Greater Spire. He is already building his Greater Spire, and I guess he is going to be going for Guardians to break into Leta's main base. Guardians, obviously, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. You know, I imagine that EffOrt will be able to defend his Guardians pretty well, but Leta, you know, he's known for his Wraith play, so I expect that once Leta sees these Guardians, or sees this Greater Spire, that he's going to build up, you know, I don't know, a handful of Wraiths and just use them to snipe down any Guardians or Devourers that he sees. And I think that he'll be able to defend against that pretty well. EffOrt's still on 3 bases. He has got his Hive running, obviously, because he's got his Greater Spire out, and he has some Nidus Canals over towards his 3rd base, so he is in pretty good shape to defend. I haven't seen any Defilers out for him, which would also be a really great choice for him right now, because you know, just throwing up a swarm on that base is going to be enough to defend it against Medica Marines for a long time. It looks like Leta is now switching over to SK Terran with tanks, so he is pulling out a couple of tanks to help deal with those lurkers, and he's going to be set up, but he needs another base. Going to be pretty soon. He's probably going to be getting thin or running out of minerals at his main base pretty shortly, and there you see that command center is going down, so he is thinking about expanding soon. And if he is able to get that base up, then he will be in good position. Looks like he's also setting up to possibly attack that southwest base, but maybe thinking better of it. EffOrt has a couple of lurkers on the field, and of course he has those Nidus Canals to connect his base. And there are the Guardians. They have already been morphed. They're just hanging out right now, and just like I was saying, the Defiler is already out, and Dark Swarm on those lurkers up at the top of the ramp. So that is a very strong defense against Medica Marines, but Leta, seeing that, is moving over and going all the way into the the 9 o'clock base, a few irradiations. Oh my god, that is a lot of lurkers. And I think he saw those guardians. Is he moving in? Yes, he irradiates one of the guardians. So EffOrt building all these guardians and then not doing anything with them gets at least one of them irradiated, along with his defilers over there at the 9 o'clock position, and a couple of lurkers as well. So Leta, now seeing those guardians, knows that they are around, is probably going to be building some wraiths or at least some other anti-air to help defend, because the turrets aren't going to do it anymore, and the medic marines is going to be questionable. There is a lot of mobility on this map. Only those little funny hills outside of the natural expansion are the real danger. And oh no, 3 lings being able to kill 3 vultures that Leta had built. You know, Leta had dropped down a couple of mines to stop those lings, and just an unfortunate mine drag by the lings ends up killing all of the vultures. So kind of a waste right there for Leta. It's a huge investment difference when you come to 3 lings and 3 vultures. I guess it's not really that big later in the game, especially because Leta should be getting his 3rd base up and running right now. It looks like he has a lot of units up there. I'm not sure if he's got SCV saturation necessarily, but he does have some units up there at the 2 o'clock position. And Plague is already out for EffOrt, so he is just maximizing his 3 base play right now, his 3 gas. He has, you know, he went for the Greater Spire, which has not paid off for him at all, but already with his defilers getting consumed for Swarm and Plague, so he is just getting a lot of tech right now, and he is ready to just be massing up. He needs, though, if he wants to continue this production level, to probably set up another base of his own. If you get up to 3 base versus 3 base and Zerg versus Terran, that is not that great for the Zerg, because Terran can do things like that, wipe out entire groups of Zerglings just by standing there with their medic and marines. It looks like, yeah, EffOrt was setting up to put up a 3rd base right there at that's kind of his 3rd expansion over there at the 8 o'clock position. Leta scouting that out and being able to wipe it out before it gets started. EffOrt wisely cancels it, and Leta is in fairly good position now. He's got himself teched up pretty equivalently, got plenty of science vessels. Ooh, a lot of those science vessels going down right there to scourge those, so very nice play by EffOrt, and Leta taking a huge amount of damage on his science vessel fleet from those scourge. I was gonna say that he was in good shape, having about 4 or 5 of those science vessels flying around, being able to radiate any lurkers and defilers, or if there are any guardians left, any of them, or if any ultralists come into play eventually. But if you get all of your science vessels wiped out, it's not going to help very much. Looks like those guardians are finally going in to move and start doing some attack. They're moving into the newest base of Leta, I believe. Dark Swarm on the ramp, so he is going to be able to push in. That Defiler is leading the way with a group of Lings and Lurkers, but the Guardians are going to come in and back up, and I don't think Leta is prepared for that. Those Marines might have been able to defend against some lurkers and lings, but especially not the defilers. But then again, he dark swarmed and Leta was still standing under it, so that's not going to really help out for that much either. Guardians plus dark swarm is not a very powerful Zerg combination right there. It's kind of counterproductive, really. It looks like Leta was setting up another command center to go in and get a 4th base of his own. I guess he wasn't building at a location, he was building in his 3rd base, but those Guardians are coming into that 3rd base and doing a little bit of damage right now. Leta running in with his stemmed Marines and being able to take out 2, maybe the 3rd one, almost takes out the 3rd Guardian. Not quite though, and but pretty good defense overall. In the meantime, he is counterattacking. Ooh, huge plague there on those science vessels, and the first ultralists are out now that EffOrt had been anticipating getting this 4th base up and running. So Leta pushing in, trying to stop that natural expansion of the southwest position from going up and doing a lot of damage, but not quite enough, I don't think, because Dark Swarm has been put out and the ultralists are in the area. And Leta is doing everything he can think of right now to keep up economically. He has another command center building. Is this even a base up here at the interior 2 o'clock? I am not sure. I really need to bring up this map because it really has been a while since I've watched a game on it. But this game is turning seriously epic in a hurry. It's